Hey everybody, welcome back to the vlog. It's Aaron Hendon with Christine and Company at Keller Williams, and this is the September version of what in the world is happening with Vashon real estate today. All right, let's take a look. What you see here is a graph of the median price of Vashon real estate over the last 10 years. So a couple things. The peak, pre-crash peak, right around 460, 480, somewhere around 480. Down, remember that? Right, 2012. But since 2012, we got about an 80% increase. Since 2012 up to 565. 17% or so in the last year, right? So if we take 565 as the split, when we look to see what's happening in Vashon real estate, we see a couple of things. So right now, median price on Vashon is around 565, which is a couple hundred grand lower than Seattle. But let's look at Vashon. Okay, so here's what we see. This is overall all the properties on Vashon. Couple of things. Green, light green, the light green here. Let's see, let's do a little drawing. So the light green are the for sales, right? This is light green is for sale. Now you can't see because the stupid thing's over. But there you go. Light green is for sale. Dark green is sold. These are sold. How many were sold each month? And this line is the new listings. So a couple things to note. All right, you're up about 20 or so percent since last year, since last August. It's pretty nice, right? In terms of available inventory. One of the reasons why you're seeing prices stall is because there's so much more inventory relative to buying. You know, last July, there were 27 sold. This July, there were 19 sold. August 28 this year, 23 last year. So pretty similar numbers, right around that 20 line. Okay, but if you can see how much more available inventory there is overall is why prices have stalled. Now, one thing you can expect is that this inventory is going to get used up. Why? Because the new listings, the amount of new listings coming on market is straight down. 15 this year compared to 21 last year, right? It's straight down. So the new listings are going to get, or given the new listings are drying up, the buying is going to use up the available inventory. This whole thing, by the way, is still a very strong seller's market, okay? We still have about a 2-month absorption rate here, which is much, you need 4 to 6 months before you consider it a balanced market. All right, let's look at the price break, under median and over median. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. Yeah, don't save those. Okay, under median. No, that was median, sorry. Here we go, this is under median housing. Okay, under median housing on Vashon. Very precipitous drop in available inventory. You can see that solds have outstripped buying. Sold have outstripped inventory for many of the months in the last 15, and even when it doesn't outstrip it, it wasn't until July that we really saw a big imbalance of inventory to sales. So under median, those houses are tending to go much more quickly, not surprising, right? And there's very few of them relative to what you see in over, right? When you look at over, come on, over median, here you go. You got a lot more inventory to play with, right? 28 to 11 to 19 sales, 27 to 15 sales. So sales been fairly strong in the over median price, but the inventory is much higher, which is why the over median price houses seem to be stalling, sitting on the market longer. And one thing you can count on is, given this drop in available inventory, in new listings, if this keeps up, those houses will be sold probably by November, maybe beginning of December, in which case could we start this kind of a cycle again, where it's in high demand over the winter time? Could be. A lot of it depends on what happens with the economy, what happens with our president. We have no idea what's going to happen there. We literally have no idea what's going to happen there. We could pick a fight with Jeff Bezos and everything gets all messed up. So who knows? In the meantime, if you're buying and you're buying under median price, under the 565, you're going to have a tougher time finding those houses and a tougher time finding houses at bargain. If you're selling a house, you should have no problem selling it under median. Over median, you got a glut of inventory. You're going to wind up sitting in the market. You got to price it accordingly. You got to price it aggressively. You got to make sure that you're not sitting. And I would think by November, you should have a clearer picture of how long that's going to sit, if this inventory is going to get used up or not. So if you have questions about any particular house or your particular house or any particular neighborhood in Seattle, on Vashon, anywhere, give me a call. I love to do this kind of analysis. We can look together at what there is, what you got coming, what you likely have to deal with. That's what I got. Okay, sit tight till October, November. I bet we get into a tighter, I bet everything retreats to a tighter sellers, more towards the size of the sellers by November. But we shall see. All right, talk to you soon. Bye.